Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to today's CEO Power Hour. If you are new here, let me go ahead and say welcome. My name is Alexis. I'm also known as Miss Trenchcoat all across the internet, and I'm going to be your host for today's Power Hour. I'm an online entrepreneur who helps ambitious women plan for a balanced life and online business using my CEO strategy and master plan methods, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing our planning for the month ahead of September. And this is basically part of like my CEO strategy. It's like a system of planning that I do to help to ensure that my business is running smoothly. So you who were able to show up live, and if you are joining me for the replay, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to ask everybody, if you are here with me live or if you are someone who's watching the replay, go ahead and leave me a comment either in the comment section, or if you're live, you can leave it in the live chat. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and what your business is. Say hello and let's get to know each other. That's one of the most amazing things about these live classes is that we can chat live, which I very much appreciate doing. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chat now. Welcome everyone. I see some familiar faces. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to join me today. Now I decided that I always feel like my intros to all of these live classes always take forever until we get to the actual content. So for the sake of brevity, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the content, and we're going to go ahead and do some of our usual planning things and intention setting and everything together as we start moving through this class. So essentially, I want to make sure you guys have all of your necessary, tools for this. So I have my planner in front of me. I do have a worksheet for you to follow along with the Power Hour. It is linked in the description of this video. I also have a beverage. I have my, if you guys follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you should, at Miss Trenchcoat. I think I have something under my head here that tells you guys where you can follow me on Instagram. But I recently swapped from my pink energy drink to a blue drink. This is cotton candy flavored. It's just like this. It's called Amino Energy. It's like I put 2 scoops in water and it's flavored, and like I think it like has like basically no calories, no sugar, etc. But it's kind of like a energy drink alternative to like coffee. And I think it also has some like different amino acids and things like that. I think it's really supposed to be a pre-workout drink, but I like it and I just drink it, whether or not I'm working out or not. So I hope you guys have a beverage as well. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to jump in and we are going to do our intention setting and all that jazz. I just don't want to drag this on. So, okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to say is, what do you intend to get out of today's CEO Power Hour? So in the comments, I want you to drop me a word, a phrase, an emoji, or something, either in the comments of the live chat if you're here with me live, or if you're watching the replay. Let me know what it is you are trying to get out of this Power Hour. Now, if you're live with me, you guys are going to you'll have the opportunity to ask me questions live, but if you're watching the replay, if you have a question at the end of this class that doesn't get answered, please leave it in the comments and I will get back to you, because this time is all about doing our business planning, setting aside time for that, which too many of us, especially business owners, are not sitting down and scheduling the time to plan. But also, I'd like to think of this as a little bit of a business coaching session as well. I'm an experienced business owner. I've run many courses, so I am here to answer any of your questions if you have any of those live today. So what are you guys hoping to get out of today's class? This is like your little intention. Teresa says clarity. Can you see that? Okay, there we go. Maybe I should move this up here. Teresa says she's hoping to get clarity. Yes, I'm hoping you'll get clarity on your business plans, hopefully. And TT says direction. Okay, so maybe you're looking for the direction, inspiration. That's awesome. And I should say as well, this is not just for business owners. A lot of people who follow me like to plan, and this is a generic process that you could use for a business or for your personal life, whatever works for you. Penny says focus. Yes, we want to get focused and intentional about how we're spending our time, so that we make the most of that time and that we hit, the objectives and the targets that we're looking to hit. Sally says, I'm from Connecticut. I want to get some structure out of this. Absolutely. This is definitely a structured process, a routine that you can follow. And I do this every month live on YouTube. So you're always welcome to join me and watch the replays. So Teresa is from New York City. She's working on building a virtual assistant empire. And I guess that's what she's looking for clarity on. So thank you so much for that additional clarity, Teresa. Okay, so you always want to start off one of these classes with a general intention. And actually right now, this is when I'm going to go ahead and we're going to set some intentions together. Let's do our guided meditation, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and sit down. I'm already seated, but like relax myself down. Let's see if you guys can see me a little better. I do put my shoulders down and back, a little bit of like a puffed chest kind of position. I will put my hands palm up on my desk. My feet were crossed. Now they're flat on the floor. And we're going to go ahead and do 3 rounds of a breathing exercise together. And then we're going to add our intention. So I want you guys right now, before we start, I want you to think of an affirmation, something that you would like to focus on, something that would be a reminder for you. Think of an affirmation for yourself. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the breathing exercise. And then we're going to focus on our affirmation, our intention. Go ahead and we'll breathe in through the nose. Hold it at the top for 1, 2, 3. Release with a sigh. How's that feel? Hopefully you shifted there. We'll do that 2 more times. In through the nose. Hold. Release. 1 more time. In through the nose. Hold. Release. Okay, now you can continue that round of breathing if you'd like. But now I want you to go ahead and focus on your affirmation as I recite some affirmations for you. I am a smart, strong, capable woman, and I'm prepared to get shit done. I am ready to receive everything this class has to offer me. I am ready to receive all the knowledge Alexis is ready to share with me. I'm ready to receive the inspiration, motivation, and guidance to manifest my dreams. I'm ready to release all blocks and limiting beliefs holding me back from fulfilling my soul's calling. I feel myself now opening, expanding, and integrating everything I need to know to live my best life. I am guided. I am led. I am supported. I am enough. My work is enough. My intention is enough. My effort is enough. I am enough. If you guys want to go ahead and share what your affirmations were, I would absolutely love that. I love sharing affirmations. But if you didn't have one of your own, you're absolutely able to take one of mine. So I'm just stretching out, doing the breathing exercise and doing that intention. It always like shifts my energy. And I just feel like way more relaxed. And I always feel like I need to stretch out. And of course, hydrate as well. Okay, so we have set our intention for today's class. Now, like I said before, you can download the Power Hour worksheet in the description box. There's a link, and it kind of just follows along the process that we're doing today. Or you can just write it down on a piece of paper. I actually am just writing mine down on a piece of paper today too. I do that sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. Okay. Okay, so the first question or part of this process is to identify our wins. So I want you to go ahead and list at least 5 wins that you had in the last month. So in August, what were some of your wins? At least 5. And as you think of some, feel free to share them. And we do snapping for each other instead of clapping. This is like a callback to my old sorority days. So I would be more than happy to celebrate you and snaps to you for what you were able to accomplish in the month of August. So I'm going to go ahead and go heads down. I'm also going to head and put music on. I know you guys seem to like the music when we do that. So I will put some music on for us to list out our wins. One of the reasons it's great to have your planner with you when you're doing this is just forget some wins. You can go through and look just to see what you got accomplished. I'm going to go ahead and leave the music on. I think it's nice. Let me know in the comments if it's annoying, but we're going to go ahead and now move on from our wins. And of course, remember, I know there's a delay. If you feel like sharing your wins, we'll go back and we will celebrate. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go through at the end. Okay. So the next part of our CEO Power Hour is to set some intentions. And I specifically set 3 intentions for 3 areas of my life. So the first area is self-care. The second has to do with my goals. And the third has to do with my lifestyle. So self-care is taking care of yourself, how you want to feel, how you want to be caring for yourself, like how you want to be developing yourself, like physically, mentally, spiritually, etc. Goals would mean some intentions that are in line with some bigger goals that you'll be working on for the month. And then lifestyle, these are intentions that have to do with the way that you're living, right? The way that you are putting together your life and organizing yourself, etc. So on the topic of intentions, I always get questions on what intentions are. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a definition for what is an intention specifically, and I'm going to give you some examples that help make this a little easier for you. So what is an intention? So I define an intention as something that you want to do that is not required, right? It's not something that you have to do or get done in the week or in the month, but instead it's perhaps an emotionally driven act to help you get into alignment with your best life, right? So an intention is something that you intend to do, but also on another level, an intention has like an emotional aspect of it, right? You're setting an intention to me is like a prayer for the direction of how you want to be, feel, think, or act. Okay? So, some examples of what an intention sounds like. I have a whole list here and I will list them out for you guys. It is my intention to eat more green vegetables. Okay, so that's not something I'm saying that I'm going to schedule it in my planner and make sure I'm eating things, but it's like whenever I can to make a better choice, I'm going to choose the greens, right? It is my intention to have grace with myself, right? To give myself, permission to be at ease, right? To not worry or feel like I need to nitpick myself or be a perfectionist, right? So it's my intention to have grace with myself, forgive myself, give myself room and space. It's my intention to prioritize rest, right? So it means that whenever maybe I feel like I need to rest, I will rest, right? I'm going to prioritize rest if it's something that my body is telling me I need to do, right? It's my intention to do one non-routine self-care activity a day. It's my intention to move my body as much as possible every day, right? So I'm not saying I'm going to work out for an hour, 5 days a week, right? That's something that is like definitely more of a scheduled, like really needs to be done. But it's like I'm going to move my body as much as I can, right? Maybe I'll park a little further from the grocery store and walk, right? Maybe I'll take the dogs for a longer walk, right? Maybe I will actually do like a workout video or something at home, or maybe I'll go to the gym and do some workout if I have time, if I feel the energy, right? It's just my intention. It's not something that's scheduled. It's not a must do. It's an intention. It is my intention to connect with my audience more, right? That could mean a lot of different things, right? It could mean through the captions that I'm writing on Instagram. It could be in a live class like this, right? It is my intention to smile more. Come on, right? Let's put that as a to-do in our planners, right? It's one of those things that's it's a little bit more like emotional. It's a little bit more about how you're just going to be and act than it is something that you actually like need to write down and put in your planner, right? I guess you could write any of these things down, but right, like smiling more. It's not like a task like, yes, I've smiled enough times today. Check, right? It's my intention to be generous as often as possible. Right? That's a beautiful one too, right? Whenever you can, be generous, right? It could be money, it could be with forgiveness, it could be with your time or your energy. There's so many different ways that can be taken. It's my intention to be more forgiving, right? So that's something that if people do something, it annoys you, right? You just like let it go, be forgiving, right? Like have that attitude. It's my intention to take it slow and not rush through my day. So I hope, and so for that one, I don't want to cut that one off. It's a very important one, right? So it's like, I'm going to go slow. I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to be a busy bee that like needs to jump from thing to thing. I'm going to have that ease and that grace with myself. I'm going to take it slow. One of my favorite affirmations is, I can take it slow and still achieve it all, right? Right? Because a lot of times I think we feel like we have to hustle, we have to rush through things. And it's just not true, right? A better way of living could just be like more ease, more flow, more slowness, more slowing down, etc. Feels much better for me at least, right? So that is what intention is. I want you to go ahead and write down 3 for, like I said, each of these 3 areas of your life. hopefully that's enough time to set some intentions. Next are our monthly objectives. So for the month, I want you to set 3 monthly objectives. So these are like a project. It's not a task. It is a multi-step project. Usually, is a objective that has a specific target, right? So for me, I set monthly objectives. My 3 are always an income goal, a community goal, and I don't mean goal, objective, and a project-based objective. And personally, for me, I actually have most of my objectives already pre-planned out in my CEO strategy planner. So I'm going to go ahead and reference what I'm supposed to be working on this month. Where are you? Actually, in addition to that, I'll go ahead and show you this. Well, you're not really going to be able to see it. I actually write out my objectives onto a sheet that is a worksheet that's in my planner. I know that is probably, you're looking at that and it looks backwards. But this is my objectives sheet for the month. So I have objectives 1, 2, and 3. And then I list out weekly action items and daily action items to help me achieve my objectives. So I'm actually going to write mine out on to my objectives page. And what were they? So for me, one of my 3 objectives every month is always the work I have to get done for my mastermind, right? So I have my productivity and planning mastermind. If you're new here and you've never heard about that, where every month I have, I do a dedicated class. I have an office hours call. We do a book club. We have a private Slack community where I post every weekday a prompt into the group to help us stay on track and remain accountable, etc. And every month there's a certain number of tasks that I do for that. So that's always one of my objectives. This month, our masterclass in the mastermind is on strategic systems, right? So we're going to be talking about building systems for our lives, for our businesses, however it works for you, just to make your life easier and kind of more automated. We have a workbook and inserts. I can make dedicated planning inserts. New ones every month for group, and a lot of them actually they'll make requests, and a lot of times I will take from their requests for the people who are inside the mastermind. Also, my second objective is a launch. That's my income objective. I have a launch this month. And then also the third one, the project for me is to write my book, because I'm working on a productivity book. Been working on it on and off forever, I feel like. But this month, it's one of the really hardcore tasks I have to do is to work on this book. Now, in addition to just listing out your objectives, and even I wrote down some of the tasks I needed to do that were part of those objectives, think about what habit you could instill to help you reach that objective, right? So is there something you could be doing to help you reach each one of these objectives? For example, really easy one for me, one of my objectives is to write a book. If I spent some time every day working on that book, it's going to be moving in the right direction, right? That's a habit I could be instilling. So for each objective, also identify a habit that could go along with it for you to track. So for me, for my community, right, objective, which is my mastermind, one of my habits is every day I go in and I check our Slack to answer questions and add prompts, etc. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that's been enough time for you guys to review your objectives. I just like to remind you guys there's a whole bunch of new faces that have popped on since I looked up. If you're enjoying this class, make sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so the next part of our CEO Power Hour is to identify some obstacles. So what questions or obstacles do you need to surrender to God, spirit, or the universe, however you think of higher power, etc.? So my purpose in always asking myself this question is because I think a lot of times whenever you're trying to reach for something, you've got objectives that you're looking to do, targets, etc. There's always obstacles that we can think of, that we know of, or even obstacles that kind of pop up that we don't expect, right? And we think that these are things that are going to keep us from being able to achieve our goals, etc. I just realized hold on one second, you guys. My charger popped off my laptop. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Oh, I just noticed that my charging cable was off of my laptop and my battery was going down. I'm like, oh no. Okay, so back to obstacles. So whenever we're trying to reach for something, achieve things, there's always obstacles that get in our way, right? Or there's things that we worry about being obstacles, even if they haven't even manifested yet. So one of the things that I like to do is actually list out what those obstacles are, right? The things that I'm worried about happening, or the things that I think logically will happen, or even obstacles in terms of sometimes we set objectives and we're like, well, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out, right? Like, what sorts of content should I be creating for my audience? What sort of questions should I be asking them? And sometimes we feel like we're coming up short, right? So what I like to do is list out all the obstacles and kind of surrender them that it's okay. Like, we've identified that these are things that we're worried about. But we're just going to say, like, look, like God, spirit, the universe, it's like a kind of like a prayer. I want you to kind of take these and work these things out for me, right? Like, if there's these obstacles come up, I'm going to trust. I'm not going to worry about them right now. I'm just going to trust that you're going to like prevent them or help me to work through them if they show up, right? If there's questions I might have, like for me, every month, when you guys are probably sick of hearing this, but like every month, one of my obstacles is like, what content am I going to share with my audience, right? Although I brainstorm a lot of different content, I always feel like I want to make sure that I've got the right messages at the right time. And that can feel like daunting, right? If you're a business owner or someone who, blogs or does YouTube or shares on Instagram, you might think like, oh, well, like, am I posting the right content, right? So for me, that's like a feeling that never goes away. Like I've been posting content like online since 2009, I guess, right? 2008, I started blogging, I think. So I've been doing YouTube since 2009. Like, what should I be posting about? Like, it just comes to me, you know what I mean? And I just let the ideas flow to me. So I like to make a list of things that I'm worried about, things that I feel like are concerns that are in my way from reaching my goal. It's like you wrote down an obstacle, you wrote down an objective, right? And you might be like, I want you to look at it and be like, what are all the things that are going to stop me from doing this month, right? I want you to list those things down. You probably already have things in your head that you're worried about happening, which very many of us kind of have that sort of thinking. So we want to write it down. We want to surrender it. We want to get it out of the way. It's not something we need to worry about. Oh, did my music stop? Put a new one on. And you know what might also be a very helpful thing to do during this? For every obstacle that you identify, think about an affirmation you could use to kind of like either negate that story or that worry or reframe it so it's like not actually a negative. Oh, I just got a question that I thought I should answer. Teresa says, to please share your playlist. It's very Game of Thronesy, and I'm so here for it. So it's not really a playlist. I've just downloaded a whole bunch of, it's YouTube, it's ambient YouTube music. So it's like the music on YouTube's server or whatever that we're allowed to use for videos that are like, what is that word? I can't think of, royalty free or whatnot, right? So I'm allowed to play this music in videos, and I just went through and downloaded a bunch of ambient music to use as like background for my like for like classes like this when we have to do like writing or journaling or whatnot. So it isn't really a playlist. It's not something I could just like share. It's literally just a random collection of ambient music from YouTube's library. So I'm sorry. It's just so I can keep, add some music without getting in trouble or getting like a copyright strike. Oh, we got a good question here. Aaliyah says, can these obstacles be poor habits you want to change? Absolutely. So one of my obstacles that I wrote down was being lazy. Like this summer, I feel like I've like moved into like a very like, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like I've been like lazy, right? I fell out of like doing a routine because it's summer and I've been trying to enjoy myself. And I know that this month, like in August, it's been something of a challenge to get myself to like actually do things, actually like take action on my work. And in September, I have like a lot of work to do because I have a launch and things like that. So I'm one of my obstacles is I'm worried about my own laziness getting in the way. But I wrote down like I said, write down like an affirmation to negate it or reframe. So here's an example of like how I'm reframing my laziness. I said, working from a place of rest keeps me in flow, right? So that's true. That is true. It's like it's okay that I feel a little bit lazy because that restfulness that I'm coming from is ultimately keeping me in flow. It's going to help me take better inspired action when the time comes. So I know better than to think that I have to be like on routine all day long. I know that that doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for a lot of people. I think it's just something that creates like a lot of anxiety and kind of takes you out of flow and living in the moment. So for me, I know that's how I come up with my best ideas. That's how I do my best work. So I'm just letting go of that laziness obstacle that I'm worried about being like out of routine. I'm just gonna let myself work from a place of rest. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So hopefully you guys have written down a bunch of obstacles that are things you're worried about getting in your way from achieving your objectives this month. And I always like to ask you guys how you feel now that we've gone through that process. How are you feeling? Do you feel prepared, empowered, motivated? Are you ready to take charge and intentionally create a more balanced and profitable business right now? Hopefully you guys feel that way. When I do my planning sessions, I always feel that way. And obviously this is like a pre-planning session, right? So after this, what I'll do is go in and just make all of more detailed plans for my month. I'll do my month on 2 pages, and I'll make my master monthly task list, and I'll continue filling out that September objectives page so that I can get everything done. Sally says she has clarity. Awesome. Teresa said she feels more centered and motivated. TT, very much more well rested. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are feeling good. So, as I always do when we have these classes, is I always tell you guys about something I have that if you enjoyed this class, you'll get even more value out of an offer that I have for you guys that will help you go more in depth with these strategies of organizing your business and getting yourself more clarity for how you're going to actually act and achieve your goals for your business. So calling all small business CEOs. Hopefully, many of you guys here are small business CEOs. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by all the tasks that you have to manage for your business and your life? If you're like me, you started your own business in order to live a different lifestyle than the norm. You wanted the flexibility of time and location freedom, being able to work when you wanted, where you wanted, so that you could have the time to prioritize other areas of your life. Breaking free from the 9 to 5 was freeing for me until I realized that without solid time management strategy and strong prioritization skills, I could easily work on my business for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, does simply looking at your to-do list give you anxiety, like tasks are multiplying faster than you can complete them? Where you're continuously sacrificing time with your family, your self-care, or sleep in order to simply tread water in your business. With so many tasks to finish, how do you know what you should be working on each day? So, has the overwhelm of managing your business caused you to slow or completely slow progress on your business goals? You are afraid to take action on your projects because nothing works out the way you expected it would, and all you see are problems that you don't feel capable to address. And are you constantly stuck on what types of content marketing you should be doing to grow your audience? Your content calendar is usually empty. You wait until the last minute to write your posts, but come up blank, or you completely skip out on creating content altogether because the process is just too time consuming. So, what if there was an easier way to run your business? Imagine waking up in the morning after a full night's sleep, rested and ready to take on the day. You're excited to start work on your business because you're clear on your priorities and have systems in place to make your work more manageable and, dare I say it, even fun. Imagine waking up to a business reality where you feel in control and in charge of your business, like the inspired and aligned CEO you always intended to be. Your business is thriving. You have time to take your work slow and get the results you're looking for. Your home life is well managed and your personal relationships are thriving. At the end of the day, your head hits the pillow grateful and content, knowing that you created this reality and that you can create whatever else you desire tomorrow. How does that feel, you guys, right? That is, for me, mostly this is my reality, right? Like, because I am a CEO and I've organized my life, I run my own business, I have a very easy, flowy life, even though I'm doing this very big thing of running a business by myself each and every month. So if you would rather be in alignment with that business reality, then I've got something for you, which is the CEO Strategy Bundle. This is a 3 masterclass series covering time management, mindset, and marketing strategies to streamline your business so you can finally live a balanced life. So the CEO Strategy Bundle comes with a whole bunch of resources. Like I said, there are 3 masterclasses in this bundle. And you have a private membership site where you can go in, you can watch all the modules of the master classes, you can get the resources. There is an entire FAQ resources and links. I also have time management inserts that I've given you guys, and you also have some guided meditations as well as part of your package. So I'm giving you a lot of different sorts of resources that cover different areas to help you to master your time management as a business owner, to master your mindset and your marketing as well. So the CEO Strategy Bundle is designed to equip you with the tools, strategies, and lessons you need to intentionally create a balanced, profitable life and business. So you can take charge of your time, clearly understand your roles as a business owner and the specific tasks to focus on through each phase of your business, and to set reasonable expectations to achieve true work-life balance. So if you're someone who feels like you do not have work-life balance as an online business owner, this bundle is going to help you take charge of your time. It's also going to help you master your mindset. So it's going to help you get into alignment with your purpose, identify and overcome limiting beliefs holding you back from showing up for your business, and master the energetic secrets of productivity that help you triumph over your to-do list once and for all. So if you feel like as well, mindset is a struggle for you, right? It's hard for you to actually get yourself motivated and accountable and really shift into being that CEO of your business, right? Then the CEO Strategy Bundle will help you with that as well. And finally, it will help you to expand your marketing. So it'll help you develop your unique messaging to stand out in your niche. Quickly create a full calendar of impactful content marketing that sells in just a few hours per week, and show up on purpose and on message to grow your brand and audience. So if you're someone who has started a business, but you're struggling to create content, you're struggling to define your niche, you're struggling to define what your messaging is, right? Such a really big part of your business and your marketing is the messaging of what your business is all about. This will also be covered within the CEO strategy bundle. So I'm going to ask you, can you afford to keep running your business the way that you have been, with a disorganized and unbalanced approach where you disregard your physical well-being and quality of life, where you're ignoring your perfectionist mindset and allowing your limiting beliefs to sabotage your work and sales, and playing it safe with your messaging, or even worse, not creating content or showing up to market and sell? So do you feel like that's the best way to be running your business? Because keeping this up will end your business, and it's going to harm your well-being and cause burnout. So stop choosing between business success and a balanced life. The CEO Strategy Bundle will teach you how to manage your time, energy, and expectations as a business owner so that you can work less and earn more without sacrificing your personal life, family, or sleep. Here's what you'll get in the bundle. First masterclass is the CEO Strategy Masterclass. This is where you're going to learn how to manage your time, energy, and expectations as a business owner so you can lead a balanced life, right? So this is where you're going to learn about all the phases of business, what you should be focused on, your roles as a business owner, and practical time management for making sure that you're making time and splitting your time right for your business, inside your business, but also with your life as well. The CEO Mindset Masterclass will help you to become the master of your mindset. So overcome and reprogram those limiting beliefs that are holding you back from taking action on your desired life and business. So if you have a problem with being a perfectionist, right, where you're like afraid to launch new products, or you're afraid to put out content, right, where you know that there's this disconnect between like there's things that I want to do, but I'm holding myself back. If you ever feel like you're holding yourself back, CEO Mindset Masterclass definitely is going to help you address that. And also the CEO Content Calendar Masterclass. This is all about streamlining your content to keep your audience and revenue growing without overwhelming your schedule or spending money on ads. So this is a class dedicated to creating your content, right? So it's going to help you with your messaging. It's going to help you identify your niche, your messaging, what makes you and your business special, like what your brand story is. It's also going to give you all of my favorite time management tips for actually creating and organizing your content calendar. So if you guys know, like I write blog posts, I create YouTube videos, I publish on posts onto Instagram, I do live events like I'm doing right now. And all of that content you'd think takes, hours and hours and hours out of your day. But in reality, this is something I spend just a few hours on per week because I've learned how to generate the best content ideas that are in line with my messaging that help me attract my audience. And I've learned to do it, like I've organized myself to a place where, time-wise, it doesn't take me very long, right? I've got my editorial calendar full of content ideas. And when I sit down and I can bulk them and I give you guys all of my best strategies for getting that work done as quickly as possible. And again, for me, my strategy for marketing my business is content marketing. I do all of my own content marketing. I do not spend money on ads. I've done it before. I've dabbled with ads, but it's such a big risk. You really need to be like a pro with your messaging and have lots of money to be able to dabble with ads. And that's not something that I've felt the need to invest in my business. So I've been able to grow my business through content marketing. And I know that with these strategies, you will be able to as well. So like I said before, you get that private masterclass membership site when you join. You have FAQ, resources, and links in all of the modules, time management inserts I give you, specific ones that I don't have anywhere else, guided audio meditations, etc., all within this bundle. I'm Alexis if we haven't met. I mean, I always feel funny, like meet me. Most of you guys know who I am, but if you don't, I'll read this little blurb. Imagine that smart, funny, and super successful friend who is always sharing the most life-changing business tips and time management hacks, the one everyone goes to for advice because she just makes life look so effortless. Yeah, that's me. And I'm your new on-demand bestie, ready to help you get your life and business organized. If you are not familiar with my story, I was a once upon a time sales and marketing manager for a Fortune 50 company that left my corporate 9 to 5 to start my own business designing productivity and business tools, classes, and courses in 2014. So for the last, it's actually been 7 years, I've grown my business into a 6-figure passive income generator using nothing but great content and social media marketing. I have a following of over 150,000 awesome business and productivity besties via my blog, YouTube, Instagram, and email list. And I'm glad to be connecting with you for this amazing opportunity to help you grow your own business online. Running your business, remember, is your dream, not your nightmare. So take back control of your life and business with proven strategies that will help you get you balanced, focused, and on track. And there is a link in the description of this video where you can sign up for the CEO Strategy Bundle. Okay, so when you click the link on the bundle, you're going to see a page that looks kind of like this. You can add the bundle to your cart. Here, see, the link in the description takes you to a sales page where you will see the key information we covered today. On that page, hit any Enroll Now button to view the listing for the course on my shop. Okay, so I was wrong. When you hit the link down in the description, it's going to take you to the sales page. The sales page will cover information about the class. If you hit any Enroll Now button, then you're going to get the page that looks like that. Okay. You can add it to your cart. You can check out on my shop via PayPal or a credit card using Stripe. And you can view your cart. Oh, there's no coupon code for the discount. It's already on. Okay, so hold on. I already have it on there. So the $444 is already on right now. You didn't need a coupon code. I'm sorry, I didn't adjust that. After the payment is processed, you will be redirected back to the shop where you'll see on the page a link for downloading your welcome letter. If you miss the redirect back to the shop, don't worry. You will also be emailed a receipt or invoice for your purchase. And inside the body of that email is a link to download the welcome letter. The welcome letter PDF includes a link to register for the course, a website where all the master classes and all the course materials are housed. And if you have any issues, you can email me at alexis@strangecharmed.com. You're going to love your business and life again. So don't delay. Enroll in the CEO Strategy Bundle via the link in the description. Okay, so that was the last thing I want to talk about, and we can open the floor to questions. But if you did enjoy today's class, if you like my ideas for time management and how I approach balancing my life and business, definitely consider enrolling in the CEO Strategy Bundle. I created this bundle specifically for business owners in my community who kept asking me the same questions over and over, which were how I actually balance everything, right? Like how I plan, how I organize, how I know what to work on in my business, how I know what to spend time on in my business. People asked me a lot of questions about mindset or brought up to me issues of their own mindset of being perfectionistic, of feeling like they didn't have really good routines, feeling like they were out of sync with their purpose for their business, right? So I put all of those answers into the Mindset Masterclass. And then of course, for years and years and years, people have been asking me to talk about my process for, defining my messaging. How do I know what my messaging is? How do I define a niche for myself, right? That's a really big deal online if you're promoting your business online or your business is an online business. And how I actually generate tons and tons of awesome ideas for content, and then how I actually get it done, right? How the practical strategies for how I actually manage my time, bulk of the work, etc. So I put all that into that third masterclass. So if you have any questions about those 3 things, the CEO Strategy Bundle is for you. It was literally created by request for my audience. It's 3 great masterclasses. It is on a discount right now. Go ahead and take advantage of that. And if you have any questions, let me know. Now, we'll go ahead and open the floor to some live business coaching. If anyone has questions, just general business questions, we can chat for the next couple of minutes. Okay, so I have a question here. It says, are you still providing the CEO Brain Dump Triggers printout? Well, I redid that printout. I believe it's in the bundle. I think it's in the bundle. I'm not exactly sure where you can get that right now. I think the CEO Brain Dump list. I'm gonna go look exactly where it is. I have so many different downloads. I have to sometimes look to see where I put things. And I'll show you guys what they're talking about too. I have it in my planner. I keep it inside my CEO strategy planner. Here we go. There's this CEO strategy brain, again, it's going to be backwards, but the CEO strategy business brain dump triggers list. It's a list of all different triggers to help you, make sure that you're not missing anything in your business and that you're organizing all of your ideas so that you can turn them into objectives and project plans, etc. Okay. Okay, here. Yeah, the CEO brain dump list is it's part of the CEO strategy bundle, and it's in the CEO strategy masterclass. So the inserts you get in that one are, let me open these up. I'm just opening up the downloads. You get, the CEO strategy matrix, which is where you can set your self-care, your goal priority tasks, and your lifestyle, like organizing your life tasks. And then you get the CEO strategy objective overview, which is similar to the objective overview I just showed you guys, but I created it for the CEO strategy class. And you get the business brain dump triggers list. You also get the weekly plan page, which, I don't have one right now to show you guys, but it's my weekly planner with daily pages as well. So you get the objective overview, a weekly plan for CEO weekly plan, and you get the daily planning pages. And then I give you guys the brain dump and the CEO planning matrix. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Other questions came in. Oh. Let me turn something off. Can I do that? Yeah, okay. Someone said, I assume you manage your own website. What things do you use for this? I do. And I actually have an entire video about basically how I build all my websites. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a recap, which is, yes, I have a WordPress website. I use WooCommerce. I have actually four sites technically total. They're all one. They're subdomains of each other. So I have like my Strange and Charmed, which is where my blog is. Then I have strangeandcharmed.com/shop, which is my shop, and that's a separate WordPress build with WooCommerce on it for checking out. And then I have two websites that are dedicated websites for my classes and courses. So one of them is Empire Building, which is where all of my business classes are. So my Empire Building course and the CEO strategy bundle are on that website. And then I have another website, which is it's called the Master Plan. And that's where all of my productivity, not all of them actually, I'm still transferring some older classes there, but the Productivity and Planning Mastermind is over there, and the Master Plan Masterclass is over there. So I have like two subdomains for different types of classes, business and productivity. I just like to keep them separate. So yes, I have an entire video on my website and all of the plugins that I use. It would be like a lot to talk about right now. Hello to everyone who has joined. And if anyone's new popping in, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And if anyone has any other business related questions that I can answer for you, feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay, guys. Well, we've been on for an hour. We can definitely say goodbye if you guys are ready for that. I just want to make sure that I take the time to answer any questions anyone has about any specific business questions. Awesome, great. Yes, definitely go find that video. You could, it's how I built my, it's probably called How I Built My Business, my website or something like that. But I did make a whole dedicated video on it for random thoughts. I just like to wait a second because when we're live, there is a delay. So I just want to make sure I'm not going to miss anything from anyone. Okay, so yeah, I think, yeah. So, okay, if there's no other questions from my live audience, so we can go ahead and wrap up. I thank you. Well, let me go back to my whole face. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for the CEO Power Hour. I do hope you got a lot of value from this experience. Again, I do this every month, the last Saturday of the month at 2 p.m. In the description box of this video, you will find links to my master plan system, which is my everyday planner, like my full planner, my CEO strategy planner, which is my dedicated set of business planning inserts, the link to the CEO strategy bundle, which is the 3 masterclass bundle that covers more time management for business owners, mindset, and content management. And also, I think there's a link to like my schedule for the rest of the year, which just tells you guys like where, when I'm going to be doing lives and things like that. So I hope that helps. Oh, I got another question here. It says, I was in the empire building class last October. Do we still have access to you and our Slack chat? No. If you were in one of the live elements of empire building, that was a 6-week or an 8-week class. I forget exactly how long it was, but once that closed up, that was it. So yes, keep an eye on you guys. I am doing a launch on some business things this month. So if you guys want to join me for another round, then you are absolutely welcome to do so. I will be launching at some point this month. I haven't managed my calendar yet to figure it all out, but that's what I'll be doing next. And Lourdes said, love your hair, looks great. Thank you. I just didn't straighten it today, just curly today. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. And of course, if you have any other questions, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave me a comment on this video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And hopefully I'll see you guys next month as well. Okay, bye you guys.